Hello everyone. Today we're going to be making a license plate mount for the Sprinter that'll go into that front hitch from the previous video. Here is the bar that I've selected. You can see some paint marks on it. I've been trying to put it into that hitch, but it doesn't really fit well. Well, it fits too well, I shall say. It's too tight, so I'm going to have to remove some material, especially here on the corners. That's the worst spot. So I'll do some flap disc grinding to get some of it off. You'll see how it fits. Now I have finished sanding this down with a flat disc, and it actually fits very nicely right in. Has very minimal free play, so it's very tight, but at the same time it fits in and out. Nice. This is what I'm going to be using for the license plate. It's a 1/2 inch steel plate. I don't have 3/8 plate, so it's going to be a 1/2 inch. It's going to be a little thicker, not a big deal. I have marked the lines where I need to cut. So those 2 black lines is where I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna use plasma cutter, so it's gonna be nice and clean. I have our plate already cut. Now I gotta clean up this area, every side, round it out, so it's nice and smooth, so I can't cut myself anywhere on it. That'll be a little time lapse for you to watch, and a lot of grinding for me to do. Okay, we have finished the smoothing process. It's very smooth on every edge, every corner, every place of it. It's super smooth. I have already marked the places where I need to make holes. I have already pre-drilled the center points for every hole. So we'll go to the mill so that I can make exactly straight down holes perpendicular to the surface of this plate. Mill would be the only proper way to do it. before cutting the threads, I would like to just deburr these holes, make them a little bit like round on the outside, like caved in. Here's our plate. Already cut the threads for the license plate. Nice flat plate. Rounded corners, nothing sharp. Beautiful. So now we gotta decide on the position. How far away from the bumper cover. So I'm just gonna see how much distance I need to be able to pull the pin out of that hitch here so that it's easier to work with. Yeah, that should be okay. Okay, so yeah, I can put my hand in there easily. Okay, so let's make a line here where I want to cut it. Okay, so right here, I've made a line. That's where the cut is going to be. Now, let's go to the bandsaw and cut it. Right here, perfectly cut. Now we're gonna mark where the holes should be for the different positions of the plate. I'm gonna have it going in and out to have some different positions. If I wanted to move it out further away from the bumper, I could. Now I'm gonna make a nice center point with the center point bit. One. Two. All right. So now let's go to the mill and drill it through. So let's put it in all the way. See if our pin fits. This one is nicely snug fit, easy to pull, push in and out. Yeah, it's pretty good. Next one. It's going in. Very tight though, and not entirely, not the other side. So I gotta make some adjustments. Yeah, gotta cut a little bit here and here. I can see that the top doesn't really match up. The top needs to be bigger. Okay. I wonder what happened there. Okay, doesn't matter. I can even visually see that it's a little bit off center for some reason. I guess something went wrong. Okay, no problem. We will Dremel it out. Let's give it a shot. See if it fits nicely. So, position 1. Nice, easy. Position 2. Same. All right, wonderful. So, the holes are done. Now I'm gonna mark that plate, find the center, and then weld this to the plate. Okay, so this whole thing is ready. Nice thick weld on every side. All good. Let's go measure it up on the vehicle. See if it fits nicely. There you go. That's a beautiful plate right there. Pin goes easy. Let's check the second position. Second position is well too. Now I'm just gonna dream up what else we can do in terms of bumper protection that could be attached to this. The only thing left is to make some mounting right here for future expansion devices. So I'm gonna use this strip of metal I'll cut it up in 2 inches long pieces. I need 8 of them, and I'll have brackets here on each corner, and then all the devices I'll be making with the same thickness aluminum plate, and it'll be just wedged in right here and bolted with 2 bolts. So let's get to it. little pieces already stacked in the vise here, and I already marked where I want the hole to be. Now I'm gonna do a little center point so that it's easier to aim the drill in there. There you go. I put a bolt into that hole that I've just drilled, and tie them all together so that I can round them, make them all the same round and non-sharp, so I can have them mounted on this on the edges here. Okay, it's all smooth. This side doesn't need to be smooth. It's already got some rounding. But we will now take it apart and go to the belt sander and have the edges of these smoothened out. Like once they're apart, every single one is gonna have sharp edges here. So we're just gonna round them out individually. Unfortunately, there is no choice to do it otherwise, only individually. So let's get to it. Now I've got them all rounded nicely. All I gotta do is make this edge not sharp, edge of the hole. So I'm gonna use a tool like this. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's just gonna make a nice edge here, like so. Yeah, it does a good job. That's it. All done. Now I'm gonna go and clean them on the wire brush. I've set it up already in places, both of these brackets. These two bars are just to hold them in place for the distance purposes. And the vice grips, the welding vice grips, are here to hold them. So are the bolts. Now I'm just gonna tack weld in every corner. And then I'm gonna weld it through completely. And then I'm gonna repeat for the other side. So let's get on it. We're good to clean the rest of the thing and then paint it. Before painting it. I'll clean it with a brake cleaner so that it's free of all the dirt and oil. All right, finished. Now I just wait for it to dry, screw the plate on, put it in the truck, and good to go. Now I have my plate ready to drive. Okay, so thanks for watching this episode. I'll see you in the next episode, building something else. Haven't decided what it is, but it's going to be something exciting. So don't forget to like and subscribe in order to see the updates.